Hey friends, so we need to figure out the percentage of time we got heads. Percentage of time that we got heads in the simulator. Now, we've been doing percentages for like 5 weeks now. Hopefully, and you did them before you got to this class too. Hopefully by now you're thinking it's part over whole. It's part over a whole. What makes percentages challenging for people is identifying what is the part and what is the whole. So the part is always what you're going to be interested in. So we need to figure out how many times did we actually get heads? How many times did we actually see heads flip? And where it gets interesting, and we're going to come back to this in a second, we were doing coin flips 20 at a time. So when you look at the graph and it says that there were 202 trials, I tried to stop at 200 and got a little excited. When you see there are 202 trials, that didn't mean we flipped the coin 202 times. It means we flipped 20 coins 202 times. We'll come back to that in a second. The whole is going to be exactly that. How many times did we actually flip the coin? How many flips? Well, what's nice about math, there's many reasons math is nice. What's nice about it in this particular case is this is dimensional analysis. We did 202 trials, and there were 20 flips per each trial. Just when you think you're done with dimensional analysis, you're never done with dimensional analysis. So, how many times did we actually flip the coins? Well, 20 flips, 202 times, that's going to be 4,040 total flips. The question is, how many heads did we get on all of those flips? Now, this is where it gets more interesting. This is what we're going to puzzle through right now together. So, what you have to do is you look back at the graph. So, look at your graph as you're watching this video, or maybe do back and forth. We never saw any instances where there were no heads out of 20 flips. That's a very, very rare occurrence. We also didn't see any 20 out of 20. There was nothing with 1, nothing with 2, nothing with... There was one trial where we got 4 heads. One trial where we got 4 heads. So we know we had 4 heads on the bottom. How about that next column right there? I'm going to turn this light off too while we're talking. That next column, the 5 column, there's 3 dots above it. So that tells us that there must have been 3 trials, and in each of those 3 trials we saw 5 heads. So the first of those 3 trials we saw 5. The next we saw 5. And the next we saw 5. That's going to be 15 total heads. It's once again dimensional analysis, but I'm not going to make you go through that again because I think you're getting sick of hearing that. Next column, there are a whole bunch of dots above that 6. I'm going to have to count them up real quick. I count 15 dots above that 6. That means there must have been 15 trials where we saw 6 heads. 15 times 6. That's 90. 90 more. Now, dear friends, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue I'm going to speed this video up in a second. I'm going to continue all the way across, counting up the dots, and then what number is under those dots. I'm going to count, I'm going to multiply how many dots times the number under. That's going to tell me how many heads. I'll do one more slowly, and then we'll speed things up. In the 7 row, if you're looking at your graph, I count 9 dots above. That means 9 trials where there were 7 heads each. 9 times 7 is 63, so that next number is going to be 63. Okay, now I'm going to speed things up. I'm going to keep going right across, and we're going to figure out the rest of these numbers. So we go at 4, 5, 6, 7. I got to do 8, 9, 10, all the way till there's no more dots. I'll be right back. All right, dear friends. So that's how many heads were in the trials that we saw. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then there were 2 trials where we saw 16 heads each. How many total heads is all of this? Be right back, I'm going to add them up. 1,978. 1,978. 278. That's how many total heads we flipped out of all those flips of the coins, out of the 4,040 flips of the coins, which gives us a, drum roll please, percentage of just about 49%. 49% is really close to a certain number that we associate with flipping coins. Read on. See where I'm getting at with this.